Welcome to Sleepy History Stories. Today we will quietly explore the gentle routines and practices of women in ancient times and how they cared for their bodies, homes, and communities. As you listen, imagine yourself in a softly lit courtyard, the sun warm on your shoulders, the faint scent of herbs and water in the air. Take a slow breath, and if you are watching right now, comment where you are, what time it is, and any gentle thoughts that come to your mind. Life in ancient societies moved at a natural, deliberate rhythm. Women's daily routines often centered on caring for their families, maintaining their homes, and finding quiet moments to tend to their own hygiene and well-being. Imagine the soft rustle of clothing, the gentle patter of feet on stone or earthen floors, the calm sound of water flowing in clay vessels or shallow baths. These moments, while simple, were filled with intention, observation, and care. In ancient Egypt, women used water from the Nile to cleanse their bodies. One interesting fact is that women in Egypt often used small sticks or finely ground powders to gently brush their teeth, creating a form of oral hygiene that reflected both practicality and care for self-image. Meanwhile, in Mesopotamia, women had access to baths in homes or communal spaces, where water was carefully heated in clay vessels and poured over the body. They might use natural abrasives, such as clay or sand, to cleanse the skin, and soft fibers from plant materials for scrubbing. Hair was often washed and styled using oils, infusing strands with subtle fragrances like cedar or myrrh. These practices were not hurried. They were moments of quiet reflection, connecting care of the body with mindfulness and rhythm in daily life. In Greece and Rome, women used scented oils, gentle soaps made from animal fat and ash, and warm water to maintain cleanliness. Baths could be communal or private, offering a gentle social rhythm where conversation and relaxation mingled with hygiene. One interesting fact is that some Roman women created small scrubbing tools and sponges for cleaning the skin, reflecting a deep understanding of tactile sensation and health that was carefully observed from one generation to the next. Even in more remote villages or settlements, women adapted to their environment with ingenuity. They collected fresh water from streams, rivers, or wells and supplemented it with herbs, flowers, and ashes for cleansing. The scent of lavender, rose, or chamomile might linger on clothing or in hair, creating a subtle, calming atmosphere. Every gesture, every careful pour of water, every soft application of oil or powder contributed to a rhythm of daily care that was both practical and soothing. Meals and household work also intersected with hygiene practices. Women prepared food using clean water, washed utensils carefully, and maintained areas where families would gather to eat. The gentle sounds of chopping, grinding, and stirring echoed in quiet courtyards, creating a calming symphony that reflected the balance between labor, care, and mindfulness. One interesting fact is that in some cultures, women also maintained small gardens of medicinal herbs near their homes, using them for both cooking and personal care, bridging the natural world with daily routines. As the sun slowly descends and shadows lengthen across courtyards, women's daily hygiene routines drew to a soft close. Small fires cast warm light across walls, illuminating carefully arranged basins, cloths, and vessels. Children observed these patterns, quietly absorbing lessons in care, patience, and attention to detail. Evening became a gentle time for reflection, for quiet observation of the world, and for appreciating the rhythm of life intertwined with cleanliness, self-care, and connection. Take a deep breath now, imagining the gentle flow of water, the subtle fragrance of oils and herbs, and the calm, deliberate rhythms of daily life. Allow yourself to sink into the soft glow of hearth fires, the gentle shadows across walls, and the quiet pulse of humanity in times long past. Let this peaceful reflection guide your thoughts toward calm, rest, and gentle sleep. As morning light gently filters into the quiet courtyards and streets of ancient settlements, the soft rhythm of daily life begins to unfold. Women rise slowly, the soft sounds of stone and earthen floors beneath bare feet, the faint murmur of flowing water from nearby wells or canals blending with the distant calls of birds. If you are watching now, take a moment to comment where you are, what time it is, and any gentle thoughts that drift to your mind. These small connections quietly echo the care and attention that shaped everyday life centuries ago. In ancient Egypt, the Nile was more than a source of life. It was central to cleanliness. Women filled shallow basins and poured water over their bodies with deliberate care, the cool liquid flowing over sun-warmed skin. Linen cloths, soft and finely woven, were used to pat dry, while fragrant oils made from sesame, castor, or flower essences were applied to moisturize and lightly scent the skin. One interesting fact is that Egyptian women sometimes used a mixture of natron, a naturally occurring salt, to cleanse teeth and as a mild exfoliant for the skin, reflecting an understanding of hygiene and self-care passed through generations. In Mesopotamia, the practice of bathing extended into small communal spaces or private home baths. Clay vessels were heated gently, and water was poured slowly, often enhanced with crushed herbs or blossoms. Women brushed their hair with small combs or soft fibers, and oils infused with scents like cedar or juniper nourished both skin and hair. This daily ritual, moving at a slow and deliberate pace, became a quiet meditation, intertwining bodily care with mindfulness and reflection. In ancient Greece, hygiene became an art in itself. Women used scented oils to cleanse and moisturize, and simple soaps made from animal fats and ashes to wash the body. Bathing spaces, whether private or communal, were places of calm reflection as much as cleanliness. One interesting fact is that some Greek women used gentle exfoliation with finely ground pumice stones or herbs, showing that attention to detail and personal care was a valued practice long before modern conveniences. Conversations in these spaces were soft, measured, and comforting, creating a gentle social rhythm that emphasized calm and connection. Meanwhile, in Roman times, water was central to hygiene, but also to communal life. Public baths offered warm water, soft scrubbing, and a sense of quiet companionship. Women followed gentle routines of washing, oiling, and combing hair, using small sponges or soft cloths to maintain skin health. The fragrance of herbs, oils, and natural flowers lingered in the air, creating a soothing ambience that connected practical cleanliness with subtle luxury and reflection. In rural villages or remote settlements, women adapted carefully to their environment. Streams, rivers, or wells provided water, while ash, sand, or finely ground plants supplemented cleansing routines. Small gardens of herbs were maintained not only for food but also for fragrance and hygiene. The delicate scents of lavender, rose, or chamomile infused homes and clothing, creating a soft, calming atmosphere. One interesting fact is that women often combined bathing with gentle massages using oils, which provided both physical relief and a quiet sense of ritual and mindfulness. Throughout these ancient societies, hygiene was more than physical care. It was interwoven with family, work, and the gentle rhythms of community life. Children observed their mothers, learning the subtleties of washing, preparing water, handling cloths, and maintaining personal and household cleanliness. Every movement, from pouring water to applying oils, became part of a soft, deliberate cadence that guided daily life and taught patience, attention, and care. Evenings were a time of quiet reflection. Fires cast warm, flickering light across walls and courtyards, highlighting neatly arranged basins, cloths, and tools of hygiene. Families gathered, sharing stories and quiet conversation, while children observed and absorbed lessons in rhythm, patience, and observation. The gentle glow of the hearth, the soft scent of oils and herbs, and the slow rhythm of life created a natural lullaby that prepared the household for rest. Take a slow, deep breath, imagining the soft flow of water, the warmth of firelight, and the careful, deliberate movements of women in these ancient worlds. Let the gentle rhythm of their daily care, the soothing scents, and the calm order of life guide your thoughts into a soft reflection, preparing your mind for calm and restful sleep. If you are watching now, take a gentle moment to comment the time where you are and the place you are watching from. Ancient women also began their daily routines with awareness of their surroundings, noticing the slow rise of the sun, the warmth of the air, and the subtle scent carried by the morning breeze. Let this soft rhythm guide you as we step deeper into their world. Across many ancient civilizations, hygiene blended seamlessly with beauty rituals. The line between health and adornment was gentle and blurred. Women of every region cared for their bodies with intention, patience, and an understanding of natural materials that came from generations of quiet observation. In Egypt, hair care was a daily ritual filled with calm and precision. Women often used combs carved from bone or wood, moving slowly from ends to roots to avoid tangling. They applied fragrant oils made from castor seeds or lotus blossoms, giving hair a soft shine and resilience against dry desert winds. One interesting fact is that Egyptian women sometimes braided small charms or herbal strands into their hair, believing these brought protection, fragrance, or simply gentle beauty to carry through the day. In Mesopotamia, women shaped their hair using oils infused with cedar, pine, or cypress, creating soft waves or intricate braids. Clay jars filled with scented balms lined small shelves inside homes, each mixture crafted from plants grown along fertile riverbanks. These oils not only nourished hair, but also carried calming fragrances that drifted through rooms, creating a soothing atmosphere that gently embraced the household. Greek women often washed their hair with dilute alkaline mixtures made from ash, herbs, or sea salt. Afterward, they coated their hair in olive oil, letting sun and breeze help it absorb. This practice left hair smooth, fragrant, and healthy. One interesting fact is that some Greek women used crushed rose petals or herbal dyes to tint their hair slightly, creating subtle tones that caught the soft Mediterranean light. In Rome, hair care grew into an art form. Women arranged their hair in curls, braids, loops, and soft waves, using tools warmed by gentle firelight. They worked alongside attendants or family members, turning this routine into a moment of connection. As hands moved through hair, applying oils or styling strands, conversation flowed quietly, blending care with companionship. Roman women sometimes used combs made from ivory or polished bone, crafted with intricate designs that reflected personal taste and cultural beauty. In many rural or nomadic cultures, women used what nature placed around them. They washed their hair with water from rivers scented by wildflowers, or cleansed it using clay that absorbed oils gently. They combed their hair with handmade wooden tools, and often allowed hair to dry in the wind while sitting outside their homes, watching the world move slowly around them. One interesting fact is that some women applied crushed herbs not only for fragrance, but also as natural insect repellents, protecting themselves in a time when comfort required careful ingenuity. Cosmetics in ancient times were also part of personal hygiene. Egyptian women used natural kohl to outline their eyes, a practice that was both aesthetic and protective, shielding their eyes from sun glare and insects. Greek and Roman women applied soft powders made from chalk, ground minerals, or finely crushed flowers to brighten the skin. Many of these cosmetics had gentle scents, creating a calming atmosphere during application. Perfumes became an important part of cleanliness and identity. Small clay or glass vessels held scented oils made from lily, myrrh, cinnamon, or frankincense. These fragrances were not overpowering. Instead, they offered a subtle, lingering softness that followed women through marketplaces, courtyards, and gathering spaces. Creating these scents required slow, careful work heating oils, crushing herbs, and mixing ingredients in quiet rooms filled with warm light and steady concentration. For many women, these routines were more than physical maintenance. They were moments of grounding, connection, and quiet reflection. Running a comb through hair, applying oils, washing hands and face with warm water, all were done slowly, deliberately, with an awareness of the present moment. These rituals created pockets of peace in lives often filled with labor, family care, and responsibilities. As the day continued, women carried the subtle comfort of their rituals with them. The quiet shine of hair, the soft scent of herbs, the clean feeling of freshly washed skin, these small details shaped their sense of well-being. They also influenced how others perceived them, offering a glimpse into the care, patience, and grace that guided their daily routines. Take a slow breath now. Picture yourself in a warm room lit by firelight, surrounded by vessels of fragrant oils, soft linen cloths, and carved wooden combs. Imagine the gentle sound of hair being brushed, the subtle fragrances rising with each movement, and the quiet, deliberate motions that define ancient beauty and self-care. Let the calm of these rituals drift into your thoughts, smoothing the edges of the day as you sink deeper into rest. If you are watching right now, take a moment to gently comment where you are listening from and what time it is for you. In many ways, this simple act mirrors how ancient women began their mornings, with awareness, quiet observation, and the soft rhythm of daily care. Across ancient civilizations, clothing and household fabrics were deeply connected to hygiene. Cleanliness was not only about the body, but also about the garments a woman wore and the fabrics that surrounded her throughout the day. This quiet work shaped health, comfort, and dignity in ways that are easy to overlook, yet deeply important to to understand. In ancient Egypt, linen was the fabric of daily life. Women washed linen robes in the river using natron, a gentle cleansing salt. The linen fibers felt cool against the skin, especially under the warm desert sun. The cloth fluttered softly when hung to dry, catching the breeze like pale sails along the Nile. One interesting fact is that wealthier households sometimes added crushed lotus petals or perfumed oils to wash water, giving the fabric a faint natural fragrance that moved with them throughout the day. In Mesopotamia, wool was common, especially in cooler seasons. Washing wool required patience. Women used warm water and carefully prepared soaps made from fats and ash. They pressed the wool in slow, rhythmic motions, avoiding agitation that might cause the fibers to felt. Warm steam drifted upward. Voices murmured softly. Washing clothing was both a chore and a time for bonding, a moment when stories and advice flowed gently like the rivers that sustained their cities. Greek women used a mix of linen and wool. Washing garments took place in designated corners of the home, or in community spaces by fountains or cisterns. Women beat cloth gently against smooth stones to loosen dirt, then soaked garments in water scented with herbs such as bay leaves or thyme. One interesting fact is that some Greek women sun-bleached fabrics deliberately, laying them on large flat rooftops. The sun, water, and herbs combined to create a natural cleansing process that left clothing bright and lightly fragrant. Roman women approached clothing maintenance with method and detail. Water was drawn from aqueduct-fed basins, and soap made from fats and alkaline ash became more refined over time. Cloths were scrubbed, rinsed repeatedly, and sometimes steeped in mixtures that softened fibers or removed stubborn stains. Laundry workers, called fullers, also played a role, but many women preferred their own care rituals at home. Keeping garments clean was a symbol of order, modesty, and household harmony. In rural and nomadic cultures, women washed clothing in rivers, lakes, or communal wells. The water was cool, the stones smooth, and the surroundings peaceful. Birds called overhead. Children played nearby. The simple, repeating sound of fabric hitting water created a calming rhythm. One interesting fact is that some groups used clay-rich mud to pre-treat stains before washing, letting the natural earth pull dirt from fibers before rinsing it away. This practice, rooted in observation and necessity, revealed the ingenuity woven into even the simplest routines. Household fabrics mattered just as much as clothing. Women maintained blankets, mats, and coverings with the same patient care. They brushed dust from woven mats, shook out blankets under the morning sun, and freshened sleeping areas with herbs placed beneath bedding. Lavender, mint, chamomile, and rosemary were commonly used in various regions, not only for their calming scent, but also as natural insect deterrents. Inside ancient homes, cleanliness was a quiet layering of small actions. A freshly swept floor, sun-warmed cloths folded neatly, the soft scent of herbs drying on the wall. Together, these created a sense of peace and refuge. Cleanliness was not merely physical, but emotional. A clean home calmed the mind. It soothed the senses. It allowed women to create environments where rest, conversation, and reflection flowed more naturally. During evenings, rooms filled with the glow of oil lamps or firelight. Women often sat with baskets of fabric in their laps, mending garments or preparing cloths for washing the next day. These moments were soft, steady, and almost meditative. Hands moved with practiced ease. Threads passed smoothly through cloth. Firelight flickered and cast gentle shadows along the walls. In these quiet routines there was a sense of continuity. Mothers taught daughters. Grandmothers shared wisdom passed down from their own mothers. Techniques evolved slowly, shaped by climate, available materials, and cultural values. Yet the heart of the work remained the same: care, patience, and attention to detail. Now, as you take a slow breath, imagine the soft whisper of linen drying, the warmth of a small fire, and the quiet hands of women maintaining the fabrics that protected their families. Imagine the peaceful cadence of daily care, the rhythm of washing, the calm of folding, and the comfort of a clean space prepared with love and intention. And now, at the end of this part, I want to gently ask, if you are still here with me, please comment a heart emoji. It helps the channel and lets me know you are resting peacefully. As the soft ambience settles around you once more, imagine the quiet moments that shaped a woman's inner world in ancient times. After the long tasks of daily life were done, she often sat in the warm glow of a simple flame, letting the day fade from her muscles. Hygiene was not only physical upkeep, it was a quiet preservation of dignity. She might gently massage scented oil into her hands, feeling the texture soften her skin after hours spent grinding grain or weaving. The fragrance rose slowly in the air, a mixture of crushed flowers or herbs that she prepared earlier in the week. In these moments, time slowed, and she felt her mind settle like dust, calming on a sunlit floor. Many ancient women found comfort in hair care rituals. She would sit patiently while a sister or friend combed through her long hair with a bone or wooden comb, working out knots created by wind and work. The strokes were slow and rhythmic, and the simple contact created a sense of warmth between them. Hair oil gave a soft shine, made from mixtures like olive oil, beeswax, or crushed seeds. In some places, women braided their hair nightly, not only to protect it, but also to honor traditions passed through generations, each braid holding a memory or a meaning. The gentle pull of the braid soothed the mind, easing her into the night. Cosmetics, too, were part of ancient hygiene. They were not the dramatic colors modern people imagine, but gentle pigments that softened features and offered a sense of calm care. A hint of natural rouge from crushed berries warmed the cheeks. A soft powder made from ground mineral dust reduced the shine caused by the day's heat. These were small, careful acts, done not for vanity but for a sense of inner balance. To maintain oneself was to maintain the quiet harmony of daily life. Personal space was rare in many ancient households, but women learned to create it in subtle ways. A quiet corner of the home, a few stolen minutes beside a water jar, a tiny ritual done before dawn. These little pockets of silence allowed a woman to breathe and reconnect with her sense of self. Even in crowded homes with children, elders, and constant tasks, a woman's mind found places to rest. She learned to carry peace within herself, even when the world around her was busy and loud. These moments of stillness often blended with the natural world around her. She listened to the soft chorus of insects in summer, or the gentle rainfall sliding down clay rooftops. She watched shadows shift as the sun set, creating patterns on the floor that moved like slow waves. Ancient life was challenging, but it also had a rhythm that encouraged observation, stillness, and appreciation for simple sensations. Hygiene was part of that rhythm, echoing through the small gestures that formed each day. And now, as the final part of this gentle story comes to a close, Let your mind drift softly. Imagine the long, quiet evenings of women who lived thousands of years ago, tending to themselves with patience and care, finding beauty in small moments. Their world was different, but their need for peace was the same as yours. Let this peaceful thought settle around you like a warm blanket. Feel your breath grow slower, your body softer, your thoughts calmer. You are safe. You are resting. And the story has carried you gently to this still and tranquil place. Sleep well, and may the quiet wisdom of the past guide you into a deep and peaceful night.